Welcome to Purpose, Plans, and Profits. I am your girl, Ms. Robin Wiggins, and here we are on the road to living financially independent, retiring comfortably, and earnestly building to leave a legacy for our future. Now, if that's something that interests you, I need you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button, click that like button, and you might as well go ahead and turn them notifications on because you're going to like what you see. Okay. So today I have a case study here of a young lady who is a cash stuffer, cash budgeter, zero-based budgeter, I do believe. And I just want to kind of give an example of another option, another way that she can go to pay off her debt rather than leaving money in envelopes for, weeks at a time, as it's not really working for her in the envelopes. All right. So y'all know I came from being a cash budgeter, a cash stuffer, and realized that my interest rates was growing as my money was sitting down in the envelope somewhere. All right. So I just want to share with my community, my peoples, other young ladies out here who are, really headstrong on a journey to being financially free, financially independent, and really just want another way to go. So here's a young lady here who her income for the month is about $1,800. Now, from what I saw, she kind of lowered it a little bit. She said she didn't really want to, use all of her income on that specific video. So I'm just rounding up, but not rounding up too much. I'm just leaving just a little bit of room. Okay. So monthly income sitting at $1,800 with her expenses sitting at $1,050 a month. Now, she also has a roommate, of course. So she's sharing expenses with someone else, which in this day and age is probably a good way to go. All right. And her debts that she has here equal out $95.90 with a cash flow of $750 a month. So y'all know I like to break it down because that's the way my mind works. And that's pretty much how we budget on a weekly or a bi-weekly basis, right? We budget by what we receive. Now, I know a lot of videos may show you in a monthly view, but life be lifing. Y'all know how I do. And the math don't be mathing by the time you get to the end, right? So this is what we're going to do. We're going to break it down here. $900 per paycheck. She takes her rent out for every check, and she also takes her water out for every check as well. And she has some miscellaneous things like her Amazon, her phone bill, her insurance, and the Cricket bill that she has on a monthly basis. Okay, so we're going to take those. Now, with this $900 here, y'all, she has $225 here and $245 here of things that cannot be taken off a credit card. Y'all know I call these are not determined. These here are not determined by what's going on over here. Okay. So that leaves a cash flow left of $675 here, $655 here. Now, with her expenses, she says that along with her bills, she takes out about $220 for added things such as groceries, gas, eat out and things like that. About $220 a month. Okay. I mean, a paycheck, $220 per paycheck just for expenses. So that's what I've added right here. Okay. So with this, along with her other expenses, it's $395 for this first week. And this is expenses and things that can come off a credit card for this week. $331 for this week, leaving a total cash flow at the end of that check, $280, as well as $324. Okay. So don't worry about this. I will get to this part later. So let's get to month number 1. All right. Let's get to the first month and how I break it down by the week. She has this credit card here. She says it's maxed out, so I'm just leaving it right there at $881. Now, with this $100 that she has right here, y'all, she says that $100 either goes to one card or the other. So I'm going to knock this out, but I'm not going to take the $100 off because, you put this towards the other card, correct? Cool. So we're going to take this $881. We're going to put our income in, leaving us with $206. Expenses out, leaving us, leaving us with 601. All right. And then what I said, listen, since we have a little bit of leeway, right? We got a little bit of leeway on this card because we know at least she can put 881 on the card, okay? So since we got a little bit of leeway, we're going to go ahead and take, hold on. All right, y'all. I got sidetracked for 2 hot seconds, y'all. When the math ain't math and I just, woo! Okay, so let's start over. All right. Income, we have this first card here, 881. We're going to put our income in, like I said. Expenses out, leaving us 601. Now, in this particular example, I only took 225. That right there is where I got stuck. All right, so I'm gonna show y'all what I'm gonna do in the end. But this is why you always overestimate on expenses. Okay, so 225 from this medical bill that we have right here, this 837. This is the one we're working on right now. All right. So we're taking this 225 from this medical bill here. Now, normally in this instance, it would knock out this $100, which it does. All right. But this is just a week-to-week basis. All right. This is not a monthly thing that you're thinking about. Okay. So on a week-to-week basis is where we at. So we're taking this 225 from here. We're going to add it to our expenses here. That's bringing us to 826. All right. That's all on week 1. Now, we're on week 2. We're going to add in our expenses of 655. That's going to bring the balance down to 171. We're going to put in our expenses. That's going to come out, bringing us a balance to 502. Okay? Now, we're going to take another 250 off this medical bill, bringing us to 754. Interest here on the highest balance. If you want to know what this was our interest for the month on the highest balance. 766 is what we're left with for right now. Okay. Going into month 2, 766 is what we are left with the next particular week. 675 is going on to the card, leaving us a balance of 91, 395 of expenses coming off the card, leaving us a balance of 486. Taking the rest of this 337. Now, in my mind, right? In my mind, I thought I took 250 from here. Okay? I thought I took 250. That's why I said 337, because that would have been the balance left. Right? No. Okay. But at this particular time, we're going to take the 337. We're going to act like I did, and I'll bring it back in the end. Okay? 337 in, bringing us to 823. Taking our expenses and putting those, taking our income, putting the income in for this is week 2. Taking our expenses out for week 2, 331, bringing us a balance of 499. Interest on the highest balance of the card, bringing us to 511. Now, that knocks out this card technically in my mind. Okay? And then we're going to pay off this card right here. Now, what we're going to do when we get here, y'all, when we get to this 661, as you see, let me turn back here. As you see, the income for this particular week is 675, right? Now, I know, like I said, y'all, I'm showing you the real how my mind works and what really be happening out here in my world. In my world, if I take 661 of this 675, right? I want y'all to see this. If I take 661 of this 675, how much is that going to leave us? Right? That's going to leave me $14. I still have expenses that's got to come out. Right? That's is how my mind works. Right? I still got expenses that's got to come out. So now you doing this back and forth thing with the card. Why? So this is where you slow down. You rethink. This is me rethinking. I got 661. So instead of putting my income onto the card, I only use my cash flow. All right? Because I don't want to have to go putting my expenses in, taking them out, putting them in. It was taking like another 3 rounds, which is, I guess it's cool. You know, you could put your expenses on here if you want to get the points on your card. You could put your expenses on here, you know, if you just want to just not take them off auto pay. Maybe something you got is on auto pay. I don't know. But how my mind worked, I would stop the auto pay and only put my cash flow. So now, this 661, I'm only putting my cash flow in, leaving me 453. And the next particular week, I'm only putting my cash flow in, 324, leaving me 129. By the time I get to this next week, I'm only taking the 129, leaving me a balance of 151. Minus this 20, minus this $25 I gotta put on this medical bill, y'all. We gonna go and put this $25 on this medical bill, y'all. Okay? We gotta pay that. All right, we gotta make sure we pay that. So before we get to this card here, so in this moment, we knocked out all three of these. So before we get to this next card of $22.18, I really want to pay this $25, okay? So, again, I forgot to put it in there, so I'm just carrying on. All right, so now we are starting. Right here is month 1. Y'all, these pens. Month 1, okay? Can y'all see that? This is month 1 right here. Right here is month 2. And right here is month 3, okay? Either way, it's going to take her 3 months to pay this. But in 3 months, she done knocked out 3 debts, okay? So now we up to this second credit card right here. You put the extra what's left, which will be minus 25. You know, extra what's left, bringing us here. Income in, expenses out, interest for the month. Right here, because this is this income for this first week. Income for the second week, expenses for the second week, interest for the month, okay? Coming out of this balance, leaving $17.79, and you're going to go around until this is finished, okay? So I wanted to kind of show y'all how sometimes you have to do what's best for you. If it was me, okay, like I said, if it was me, I would not put my income into this 661, leaving $14 and still having to pay it off the next month and the next month and just going around in circles. I would halt it, me personally, and only put my cash flow in this card to pay it off. Just the cash flow. Knock it out. Somewhere down the line in this cash flow, see right here where she has $220 that she's spending in expenses every single month, she might say, oh, you know what? I don't even need no gas. I'm going to take a little extra, you know, from this $280 and say, you know what? I'm going to put $350 on here and knock this out. Right? She got a little extra. This is how you can kind of wiggle around your expenses a little bit and say, instead of $280, I'm going to go ahead and put this $350 on here. Knock it out a little faster. I'm going to go ahead, you know, I got a little something extra. I'm going to go ahead and just pay this off. I'm good. I don't really need, I can put this in here and then finagle what I have. Y'all, literally that's what be going through my mind when I sit down with my budget every single week. What can I do to make the biggest impact and not put a strain on myself? Okay? That's what I be thinking. So this is another way, because I've seen this question before. Well, what do you do with your expenses once you paid off the card? Well, you can keep them going and pay your card off on a monthly basis back down to zero. Or, you know, get yourself to a sweet spot and now start working on the next debt. And that's what I would have done. I would have gotten myself to a sweet spot. Okay, credit card paid, collection paid, medical paid. I paid 3 debts off in 3 months. I'm on to the next. Okay? This one right here might take about 5 months. You know? And then boom, we're going to go ahead and hit them student loans. Student loans might take another 5 months. Right? So now we got 5, we got 3. You know, in about a year, a little over a year, about 15 months. 15 months, all her debts paid off in 15 months. Because right now, as you see, she only putting $20 a month on the student loans. How long do y'all think it's going to take her to pay them student loans off once the interest started kicking in September. Right? She only putting $100 at a time on one card or the other. But interest is how much? Right? And it's not making sense. She got sinking funds. She putting away sinking funds into a folder. So now, right now, you got a folder of about $3,000. You can knock all of this off. Knock it off. Right now, you down to, you got $3,000. You did knock this off. In 3 more months, you did knock the other 3 months off. In 3 months, you done knocked off 3 bills, and it's going to take you 5. By Christmas, all your debts are paid. How does that make you feel? I want you to kind of think about that. Right? If you somebody that's stuffing envelopes right now, because y'all, that's what I did. I emptied all of my envelopes, put them on debt, and y'all put my emergency fund to the side, put 1 month ahead of expenses to the side, start paying off my debt. One of my credit cards paid off. Boom. No time. I got, 5 debts paid off in 0.5. 6. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 debts paid off just by unstuffing my envelopes. And then took another 2 months and paid off a whole credit card. Y'all saw that journey. Now I'm paying off another credit card. And actually, y'all, I got to skip to a card. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later. How credit card number 4, X2, has a balance, because I was trying to hurry up and get my point. So we're going to talk about that later, though, in another video. How I'm paying that now. But how y'all think this young lady going to feel when she realized, oh, man, I could be done by Christmas? If not, I could go into the new year knowing that I'm starting my year off in a way that, okay, I got goals, I got plans, I got things I want to do, right? No debt by March. No debt by, can you think about, no debt by March? Simply by unstuffing those sinking funds. Unstuff that. Unstuff that. Because let me tell you what's happening. You done freed up 2 of these cards. You freed up. So think about it. If this card has a $900 balance on it, y'all, if this card has a $900 balance on it, and this card possibly, because she said it's maxed, she said it's maxed, right? Right? I'ma just say it's $2,200 on this card, right? It's $2,200 on this card. Plus 9, she got $3,000. An emergency fund sitting there right there. So why not take the cash that you have, right, and put it on the debt and call it? Take the cash that you have, set aside a $1,000 emergency fund, put the rest on the debt and call it. Because that's what I did. I put aside my emergency fund, put the rest on debt and called it. It was the best decision I could have ever made, because now the decisions that I make going forward are decisions for my future. Financially independent, retiring comfortably. Not only am I retiring comfortably, I'm living more comfortably, because I don't have to pay a $400, $500 monthly credit card balance. Why? Because my credit card balance is being paid off by the income and the expenses that I'm putting on the card. As soon as I put my income on the card, it pays the balance. Yeah, I'm done. But guess what? I still have access to that money, right? You still have access to that money as long as the card is not closed off. Now, if your card is closed off, that's a different story. But as long as your card is open, you have an emergency fund. Y'all saw me pay off that card. $4,000. That's an emergency fund. Some hats, right? I need new tires now. Should I get new tires? Should I not? Can I wait? I'm going to wait till I pay down some more debt. But when I need it, swipe. Emergency fund. Okay? That's how this works, y'all. So don't be afraid to unstuff those envelopes. If you are somebody who is seeing me right now and you don't quite know which way you want to go, and you're like, man, Right? Get with me. Give me your numbers. Let me show you. If not, I'm going to see it on your channel anyway. If not, I'm going to see you anyway, and I'm going to show you what you can do. That's a little bit better than what you got going on right now. Breaking it down for you by what you already have. Because this is what I do for myself. I break it down by the week. Where we at? I break it down by the week because that's how I do it. By the week. You're done. You're done. But this young lady here, if she unstuff her envelopes, she done by Christmas. If she don't want to unstuff her envelopes and she stops stuffing her envelopes, then she's done by March of next year. Debt free, no student loans, no credit cards, no medical bills, no collections. Credit scored and jumped. How many points? How many points you think her credit score jumped? Once you pay one card off, your credit score jumped. You pay another credit card off, your credit score jump. It's not so much about paying the collection. Once you get that collection off your credit report, credit score goes up. Right? Okay. So let's work on this. Let's do this. Let's make it make sense to a way that, listen, I can do this. Step by step, taking the time, breathe, think about it. Don't be scared. Take the step. Pay it and do it. Pay it and do it. Right? If you got $1,000, put $1,000 on there. You still get the money back. You're not losing nothing. Okay? Okay? I told y'all I was going to keep it real with y'all. Stop holding on to this $1,000 thinking you ain't got no emergency fund. You pay it. You have an emergency fund. You ain't lost nothing. All right? So that's my piece for the day, y'all. Like I said, I'm going to come back through and show you what's going on in my personal world. But I wanted to show y'all this because I just thought this young lady has it made. And I just wanted to show her a different way. Okay, so for right now, y'all, if you are vibing with me, if this is making sense to you just even a little bit, y'all, leave a comment down below. If you got questions, leave your questions down below. I'll be happy to answer it. I am going to do a Q&A one day. I got to do a Q&A because people have questions. And listen, I'm here for it. Because some of the questions even have me thinking. So I'm here for it. Ask your questions if you need. Holler at your girl. Schedule your one-on-ones if you like for me to just do a one-on-one. If you just want me to see your numbers, holler at your girl. I'm gonna just make a link if you just want if you're just somebody who wants me to just put your numbers together and kind of show you a different way, I can do that as well. And holler at your girl. Share this out with your friends, family, colleagues, co-workers, because somebody in your life is trying to get out of debt. Somebody in your life is drowning right now because inflation is really inflating and they won't nobody ready for it, y'all. I put my gas the other day was like $4.30. I got to put premium in my car. So I'm like, what? Wait, when did gas get so high? Oh my God, right? So somebody in your life might need to hear this. All right. So be a light, y'all. Be a light in someone's life because you never know who might need you. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.